Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video, and I'm a little bit later because I got all these videos recorded and now I'm doing the voiceover, so hopefully these are all out before 12 my time because I am super tight for time. But anyway, the Turtles collab has dropped. We are going to go over the actual collaboration itself, talking about what was a surprise, what wasn't a surprise, is it a hit, is it a miss. You can kind of almost see that straight away. Some of you might be pleasantly surprised, some of you might be disappointed. I've got absolutely no idea, but as you know, before we really get into any of that, we start off the day by going through all of the things that need guides for. So you've got your trial realms, you've got obviously your event and stuff like that, and that is what we are going to be doing now. So I'm going to start jumping into that as we kind of speak just now. Hopefully the footage started playing there. I don't know if it did or not. It should have, because I did hit play. Play. Oh, there we go. Don't know what happened there. So we're off to the races, okay? Again, not really here in this video to give impressions of what I think about the units and stuff like that. They will be their own videos, okay? Now, I will say, just off the top, Leonardo looks like a very, very solid DPS. He has got some things going for him that make him pretty decent. I'd say the fact that he has got damage reduction, like to the enemy, taking their damage resistance down, so it means that a bit like Rich Honda, he enables your characters to do more damage. That obviously is pretty good, especially considering his role is more of a DPS. So the fact that he's a DPS on your team doing that is pretty damn solid in my opinion, and it really does put him in a potentially good spot. Again, I think we need a little bit more miles in the tank before we can actually say for sure if that is true or not, but I certainly do think he does look like a character that is going to have a little bit of mileage in his tank, and he's going to be able to do pretty well. I think when it comes down to the free trials, if I had to rank them in order of what I think people might find difficult versus what they won't find difficult, I think Leonardo's is definitely the easiest. There's like no thinking going on there, it straight up is the easiest one. I'd say that honestly Michelangelo's might be harder than Makoto's. The only reason for that is they seemed to really skimp out on giving DPS characters to use, so you didn't really have a lot alongside Michelangelo to do damage with. But the same can be said for Makoto a little bit as well. I think her trial had a few points where I felt like, okay, they're really not giving us a lot of options here with regards to what DPSs I can run in these stages. But obviously we get through them, you know, we get through them. We've got the solutions there so everyone can get past them. But I do like the look of Michelangelo as well. So I mean, again, these will be in their own videos. I do think they kind of look like they're going to fill different roles. The only thing I'd say I'm a little bit perplexed about is why Michelangelo is an Inferno character. I mean, they've established themselves that, they've said this, the good guys are Masters, the bad guys are Inferno. Okay, they've said it, not me. I never made that up. That's something that Dino told us way back when he was the CM. So why would you make Michelangelo an Inferno? You've got all the factional special summons sitting there. I don't understand why you wouldn't have just used one of them. It seems a little bit odd to me. It just doesn't make any sense, that's all. So we're motoring on through here, getting the rest of these stages done so that the rewards can be in the tank for this one, and then we'll very quickly get on to putting the next one out, which should hopefully, if nothing goes wrong with my computer, because it's running like an absolute bag of doggy doo-doo. Hopefully it should be Makoto's. I have done a run through for the spiderweb hunt and stuff, but to be honest, there wasn't even a puzzle, so I probably wasted my time with that one. But you know, I've done them all in the past apart from one because I forgot to press record, so I'll put it out anyway for posterity reasons, but I really don't think that anyone needs it, in all honesty. So we're getting towards the end of this one now, shouldn't be too much longer before it's finished. If you're wondering why I'm looking a little bit like I'm doing two things at once, it's because I was delayed in getting this all together. I am trying to put the thumbnails together at the same time as this footage is recording, and I seem to be making okay pace at the moment. I don't think that run is quite finished yet. So if I just click this, I click this, click you, summons. I've not done my summons yet. I'll get to that in a bit. I think I'm going to do some. I said I was maybe going to hold off, but because of what they've done with the banners, which we will go over, I do think I'm going to summon on this one. So okay, it's fine. Sweet, that's the free trial realm thumbnails done, so I will turn my attention back to what's going on screen. So you'll probably have noticed a lot of the times pretty much just use the sort of a standardised approaches that we use for every trial. Try to go first, try to hit hard. I mean, I don't think I failed any on this one. I'm not sure. If I did, it's here unedited because I was looking away. So if I've failed a run, I don't even remember, but you'll have seen it. So I don't think I did though. I did with Michelangelo. I won't include that in Michelangelo's video because the video would be too long, but the first stage with Sagat, pain in the arse, absolute pain in the arse. It's not fun. Don't know why they gave you so few options in that stage. Made it a little bit harder, had to do it manual, but you'll see it when it's done. So we're just finishing off this battle now. That'll give us our first set of tickets. You guys might not have noticed this, there is some pros and cons to the event. We are still getting 2 free event units. We're not getting 2 of the same event units, so that obviously means you need 1 more copy to get them to SSS, okay? We are getting more tickets from the event. If you go and count them all, we are getting a lot more tickets, but again, we'll talk about that in its own solo video, okay? So ultimately, that is your trial now complete. Again, I don't like to give out unit reviews yet because they're their own video. This game doesn't have a lot of opportunities to do videos, so it gets its own video, you know, it's just how it is. Some people don't want to watch the trial, they just want to know, is the unit good? Is the unit bad? I always say you can't judge a unit by its trial, but what I will say is, because of how Leonardo functions, with his damage reduction on the enemy, or damage resistance, sorry, he's going to enable you to do a lot more damage with other units. So if you were doing something like, just for example, say, I mean this unit probably doesn't need it, right, but he does his super, and at the end you've got Vega doing the C3, that's going to cause a lot of damage because these guys in an AoE have got the ability to take more damage, you know. That's just one example. Obviously, fighting bosses, it gives you another team where you can run a setup where their damage is getting reduced. You've got a buffer in C1 or C2 slot, and then you've got your DPSs doing damage as well. So he is, I think, going to be a unit that is potentially going to function in a lot of places, but we'll break that down on its own. I've been Hayzink, back in a minute with the next one. Peace.